Good Tuesday evening to you all. How are you? It is good to see you. It is good to be seen by you. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am your harried and beleaguered host, Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you live on a Tuesday evening. And we have got a humdinger of a show for you guys tonight. We are going to be playing first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons. What does that mean to you? Well, it means fun. It means fun, or at least I hope it means fun. I hope you guys will have some fun because I want you to have fun too. I don't want you to just sit out there like lumps on a log and not say or do anything. We take it to the next level here with our Let's Plays on the Delver's Dungeon. But before I launch into the hows and the whys of that, folks, if you haven't already, please do click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications. And if you're watching this video and you like it, give it a thumbs up. And if you're watching this video after we've live streamed, leave a comment down below and tell me what you liked about it, and I'll do more of that thing. Or heck, if you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down and tell me why. And maybe it's something we can adjust. But what do I mean by interaction? What do you mean? Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I don't, like I said, I don't want you to feel like this is just a passive thing where you don't do anything. You're just going to sit there and stare. No, 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 no. We are playing first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and this is a continuation of something that began many moons ago here on the Delver's Dungeon as an example of how to play first edition AD&D for those who might not know their way around the game. And so to you folks, I say this: if you have never played first edition AD&D, if it has been a long time since you've played, if there is something going on the screen that you're not familiar with, then please, by all means, ask, and I will do my best to answer. And if I miss your question, or if I don't answer, or if I don't know the answer, someone in the audience might, because I would dare say, the smartest and best looking audience of all of the first edition AD&D live stream Let's Play channels here on YouTube. So one of them might know the answer to your question, or they might say, hey, Bill, you missed this. Or somebody else at the table might. So please just go ahead and fire off your questions and let me know. About as good as it can be right now, 33K7. I am a firm believer of if it ain't broke, screw with it till it is, and then try and fix it. And I attempted to upgrade my editing PC, where you guys watched me stream from last week during the hurricane. Yeah, threw a new motherboard, CPU, and RAM in it today. No bueno. So I get to troubleshoot that, because that is also my fun having PC and everything else. And all my documents are on the M2 drive in there. And yeah, just fun. And that's going to be a hair pulling experience. Did I get my yard cleaned up yet? No, absolutely not. I don't even have a chainsaw to start on that mess yet. Chris Wiegand, you played that in the early 80s. You're 51. Well, excellent. I remember 51. Ah, youth. But anyway, so after this live stream, I'm going to endeavor to see what's wrong with it. We'll figure it out. Miss Bella Games, hello, how are you? But before we get started, and we'll get started in just a few minutes. Before we get started, folks, I want to I want to mention something. A friend of this channel, an all around swell young lady by the name of you know her as Wheeling Dragon, Susie Warren. Yes, I doxed you, Susie. Sorry about that. Um, Wheeling Dragon is she's got a crisis going on right now, a real crisis that doesn't involve computers or chainsaws or any such thing. She is currently in hospital, and they're looking at her. It's kind of a serious situation, guys. So if you could please keep her in your thoughts, please, if you're inclined, throw up a prayer for her. We're all rooting for you, Wheeling Dragon. We all are. She is a spot of bright light in an often argumentative and opinionated hobby. So we hope that she is on the mend very, very soon. Absolutely, Chris. So with that said, let's go ahead then, because it has been a hot minute or two. Let's go ahead and welcome our players in. And before we get going on the game tonight, I'm going to introduce them, and I want our players to introduce their characters as they roll in, and then I'm going to recap because it has been a couple of weeks. So let me don my headphones. I should use the formal full version. Let me Donald my headphones. And everybody, let's welcome back after too long of an absence. Please, everybody, say hello to Doomsword Deathmaster as Durek Donagard.
Hey, what's up?
We have D and Disability Thane Kyle starting a new character, Hulder, tonight.
Hi-yo.
And likewise, we have Mark is joining us with a new character as well. This is Mark playing Nim.
Hello. Welcome back.
Welcome back to you. And of course, we have Kevin jumping in, playing Don Drexel.
Hello, hello.
And we are we're missing somebody, aren't we? Let's see. Make sure everybody's got the link.
GPA, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So hopefully he'll be joining us here momentarily. So while we're waiting on him, I will go ahead and recap for people who are just tuning in, new players, our new subscribers, rather, our old audience who just maybe have forgotten. We are currently in the midst of the A series, the Eerie series of modules. Some of you know them as the Slavers modules. This is a series of adventures wherein our party, which started a long time ago and now has no members of that august group still remaining in Keep on the Borderlands, they are putting an end to a group of rapacious slavers who have raided up and down the already beleaguered Wild Coast and Pomarge area, wiping out entire villages, hauling off the unwilling and unable to fend for themselves for terrible depredations. It is a fantastic series of modules, and we are absolutely positively having a blast. We are in the middle of A2, Secret of the Slaver Stockade. The last venture through was very nearly ATPK, although Dirk Donagard and the sadly Mobius is no longer able to play with us. but those were the only of the party who were able to fight their way free and carry a good number of slaves to freedom. With that said, there we have Graph Paper Architect as Ralph. Good evening, Graph Paper Architect.
Good evening. I hope everyone can hear me.
Yes, we can. You are
Oh, good.
by 5. By
Thank
which
you.
I mean super chat $5, please. But anyway, Party at Ground Zero says he just ate, so he counts as 2. But along with our friends over on Twitter, hey, we are holding strong at 72 viewers. That's 36 here on YouTube, 36 over on Twitter. All things in balance, just as they should be. So let's go down the line, and for the sake of our new subscribers or our old friends who may have forgotten, starting with Doomsword on account of he's at the top there. Tell us about your character, please, and we'll just go down the line.
Well, he is Derek Doengard, Knight of the Order of the Radiant Shield, Paladin of Fortis of the Blinding Light.
All right.
He's an unassuming man.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just getting started, my friend. Just kidding. Yeah, he's an unassuming guy. He's maybe 5'10", not very heavy in stature, but what he makes up for that, he makes up for that with a great charisma.
As all paladins should have. All right. And next up, we have Thane Kyle, D and Disability. By the way, you see his name there on the screen, D & Disability, like D&D, but D and Disability. Please do me a solid and go subscribe to his channel on YouTube. It's pretty cool. Tell us about your new character, if you would, please.
Sure, this head on the proverbial chopping block, or in many instances, literal chopping block, is named Holder's Inequality. The math jokes continue. He is a cleric of Celestian, I believe is how you pronounce it.
That is correct.
You can think of him as a half-elf stargazer, flaming gay, straight out of ministry, and a militant pacifist in all that he does. So my eyes are forever on the heavens, and my shield is forever protecting my face.
Alrighty then. Okay. Mark, keeping up with the thiefly character. Tell us about Nim.
Nim Sindril is a quiet, overly curious elf. Has some training in fighter, but mainly he just wants to gather as much knowledge as he can. Along the way, he's found ways of finding that knowledge or finding funding for that knowledge, thus his thieving abilities.
Excellent. And next, Kevin, remind us once again. Tell us of Don Drexel.
Okay, Don Drexel is a neutral good wood elf, magic user thief. He's a male that is about 165 years old, 5 foot tall, 100 pounds. Pretty direct, blunt, nonchalant, and doesn't say a lot.
All right. He's a man of few words. Next. And finally, Graph Paper Architect back with a character all his own, and instead of driving any one of like 4 around. Tell us about Ralph.
This is Ralph Rothrick, and he is a dwarven fighter, towering at 3'2". Not quite as stout, as large as other dwarves, but he has a very fine scent about him of oaken barrels and dwarven ale, fights with a dwarven sputum, and is looking forward to collecting the monsters for his future restaurant.
Oh my. Okay. Alrighty. Well, there is our lineup, and Go ahead. I'm sorry. You have more?
Oh, I was thinking about describing him a little bit better. I'll be right back. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, so
My thing here.
some of you have been working for a man named Geller who has put you on the trail of the slave lords. Currently, the coastal city of Barnacus along the wild coast. Um, you have you may have come up short on allies, but Geller himself has put a word out that he's looking for stout-hearted adventurers to deal a telling rebuke to the slavers. And as luck would have it, Nim, Holder, Don Drexel, and Ralph, you find yourselves in Barnacus, not specifically for that purpose, but rather because you have heard that as of late there has been trouble with a group of ogres near that storied city. And as their guards are stretched thin, protecting the coastal farms and whatnot from the depredations of the slavers, this new kink, this new thorn in the side of the well-being of the kingdom has uh, has the Lord Mayor of Barnacus quite concerned. And so he's put a bounty on the ogres, but other than one ill equipped group of farmers who, to their credit, were peasant levies at one point, going out and running away when one of their own was seriously injured by the ogres. Um, no one quite seems up to the task. So that leaves you adventurers who found yourselves here in the town. So, um, uh, Durek Geller confides in you that this group of adventure seekers just might be what you need to reconstitute your band and continue your campaign against the slave lords. And I'll let you guys take it from there.
Most excellent. You know, Gela, this is very dangerous. You have seen what we've come back with.
Yes, I do, and that is why I've trusted in you, Durek. It's your fortitude, your determination that has carried the day thus far. I know that Snake and Duran have decided to go their own way, but what say you? Once more into the breach?
Indeed, and they were most instrumental in our victory, such as it were. I shall meet your companions that you have set aside for me.
Oh well, I haven't sequestered them or set them aside. They are at the Water Dragon Inn. It's 2 streets over near the docks.
That is set aside enough for me. They know to expect me, which is all I might ask.
All right. So you head to the Water Dragon, and there's laborers, ship hands, that sort of thing. But clearly, there are some above average types. So we know about your character classes now. Into the bar, like a ray of light, walks a man in armor, sword on his hip. Describe yourselves, won't you?
Well, I walk into the bar. It should be quite clear by my battered and bloodied armor that I have seen my fair share of combat. It should also be clear by the holy symbol hanging from my neck, 2 of them, in fact, one to remember my fallen comrade, and one that was granted me by the priesthood, that I'm a religious sort of man. I carry a sword, so it's clear that I'm not a cleric. And at this point, he's battle hardened. And he walks in with humility and grace and respect for the people that might inhabit the tavern. Inn, tavern.
Okie dokie. Well, I'd suppose the majority of us would be hanging out at a table, enjoying our evening, such that it is, or afternoon in this instance, such probably that it is. And I guess we should be laying out, or at least I'd be listening to one of our members here lay out a battle strategy while I quite vehemently oppose it in my high kind of tinny salter of, guys, I'm sure we probably can find a method other than violence. I'm sure that we could just talk it out with them. Please, 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 can we not just be pacifistic? Let's come to a decent reclamation here. I know that my school and the ministry can, and I go on and on and on.
Where's the Sprite? I'm sorry. Throw it in the trash can.
Nim is sitting quietly, his backpack overfull with 2 large books that don't quite fit into it. His belt pouch is stuffed overfull with some other stuff. And he's just quietly sipping his beer and taking notes on a little piece of paper, looking around. He's trying to remember everything he can about Ogre. He's listing off details about ogres that he might remember from his encyclopedia knowledge.
Dundrexel will approach while these are speaking. I guess they're speaking to each other. And say, well met, soon to be friends. I'm not one of many words, but I heard there were troubles, and I have nothing better to do. So I arrived. I have some skills. I can use magic. I can do some various burglar-like activities, and I'm more than willing to make sure to put down those evil and unfriendly beings as they need, if I can help.
Remember, only as they need. We should try and talk to them first.
Yeah.
I'm a man of few words, so I'll allow you to do that. Cannot promise that I won't be stabbing them in the face while you're speaking.
I suppose I behold this ragtag.
I was muted.
Group. Oh, well then go ahead.
You see a dwarf, and he's in some very nice chainmail that's sitting on the table because he's not wearing it right now. And he's got some skulls of orcs on the table with a carving knife and whittling away at some of them. As you enter, the ray of light bounces off of your fine paladed armor, and he calls out, "Bloody hell! Oh! I'm trying to see what I'm doing here. Oh, all right then, and I guess you get a pass. Well, my name's Ralph, and as you can see here, I have an orc skull. Now, this here fine crafting, I am going to make a bowl out of this. This one over here is going to be a pitcher. Very, very good for all of our dining needs. And, well, I need more materials, so I'm gonna have my dwarven speed 'em and find some with you.
Ho there, fine dwarf. I see you have seen many a battle.
Well, some. Not as many as you as I can tell, but I can
Perhaps.
still wield me speedum well enough.
There are more battles where this one came from.
Good.
This was but a dent in the shield of evil that extends over the land. We must vanquish it. I will lay down my life if necessary. I assume you would do the same. There are orcs.
Nope, I'd rather lay theirs down.
Yeah,
would not fight
I'm
orcs.
not really big on dying. You see, it really interferes with proselytizing with the other flock, you might say.
Well, I'll die if I
I've heard
have
of
to,
your
but I
kind
don't
from
want
the
to.
Western lands. However, dwarf, you are my kin, correct? The
Absolutely.
same rage and strength and fury and justice burns within our hearts.
That's why I prefer that they do the dying. That way I can keep killing them.
Do you not wish to slay orcs? Perhaps I will
What?
have to revisit Geller and find someone more appropriate to the task at hand.
No, I said they need to do the dying. The orcs need to do the dying.
Okay,
they
well,
need to die. The orcs.
Very well.
Not us.
Do you wish to fight them?
Well, of course I do. How else am I going to kill them?
Well, then you have my sword, whatever you're saying.
Absolutely. Oh, yes. Absolutely. You
As
said
to the
saying
rest
about
of you lot.
laying down your life or something. I was like, nah.
Sorry, but you're talking about orcs. Aren't we ogres? Aren't we looking for ogres? I've been studying the wrong notes. If we're looking for orcs.
We are indeed.
Oh, good.
We are indeed looking for ogres, but the ogres are a stop off of the way to our ultimate destination.
Oh,
First, we must raise the ogre camp. Palisade and all, we must destroy it. From without, we will destroy within. Then, we must return to the town and explain what has occurred. Because we have already informed those within the city itself that the orcs will be destroyed, or the ogres will be destroyed, rather. Forgive me, it's been a long day. Then we will continue on our present mission. Our mission of vanquishing the evil of the slavers and destroying all it is that they have wrought.
I'll drink to that. Ah!
I thirst as well.
Here, have one of mine.
I never drink beer.
Hulder, do you speak Ogrish?
I think I was too busy getting horribly hungover that day during seminary.
That might
I do speak Mermish.
You speak what?
I do speak Mermish.
Mermish?
What?
Aquatic.
Ah.
No, I am not intelligent enough to speak any additional languages. I believe. Well, actually, yeah, I get 2 additional languages, but I guarantee you, I would not be of the sort to sadly do that.
Well,
Though I probably should make them of something useful.
well, I happen to know that ogres speak their own language, as well as that of orcs, trolls, and stone giants.
Yeah,
So maybe we
Elvish
still
is a
talk to them.
must. I could see a militant pacifist speaking giant. I think that could be fun.
Depends on the giant.
Well, that would kind of be the point. Yeah,
Right.
something along the lines of "We are all inherent to the slavery, the slavery of our capitalist systems," kind of thing.
I do speak Orcish, and I can assist.
No.
Although
Ogrish.
must-
Ogrish is what
Yes,
we're looking for.
but if they speak the language of orcs, I can probably
Oh.
communicate with them. However, my understanding is that they're inherently evil and they cannot be redeemed. So,
Well,
speak for what reason?
they are ugly-tempered and voracious.
Yeah.
But fond of treasure. That's good.
Now.
Well, I can talk to dwarves and people and gnomes and goblins and kobolds and orcs. I don't like it, but I can do it.
Are we going to go and deal with these ogres in the morning?
Indeed, we are.
I
We are
mean,
going to deal with the ogres in the morning, provided we are all rested and ready. I am always ready for what faces us. I am always ready to encroach upon the forces of evil. Fair dwarf, I assume you hail from the Principality or the Duchy of Ulek.
Yeah, that'd be
I would
right.
recognize the accent anywhere. I must rest. As for the rest of you, Geller sent you here. Geller sent me here. So we seem to have some sort of accord.
Absolutely. That's very good. You know, it's a little sad though, because there was a young lad in here just a bit ago, and he was off raving and ranting about wanting to find a girl, and then he was talking about his ogre knife gets +9 against ogres, so we're going against ogres. He might have been helpful, but he's gone.
We use what the gods have given us.
Yes.
And with that, I retire.
Have a good night.
You as well.
I am.
Well, I guess I should go upstairs and rest and study. Then we're going to be going in the morning.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll inform the barkeep, as a matter of fact, because we've got all the coins on the cart and stuff like that. I'll inform the tavern master or the innkeep, as you might call him, if this were an inn. I'll inform him that we'll be paying for whatever accommodations are necessary, and
Okay.
I'll give him the money, and we'll remove that from the cart. I carry very little.
Just a crazy idea. We might be able to speak with them after they're dead. We can make everybody happy here, you know.
I can do that with this skull, see? I was an orc, and I was really stupid and evil, and I'm glad I'm dead because I needed to die.
Well,
That's a neat trick there. No magic even required.
No, don't even need it.
You barely even see his lips move.
Yeah. That's
You are so lucky it's not this caster that has prestidigitation. Oh my god. Or unseen. No, it was unseen servant. Sorry. Dooms might remember that.
indeed. Well, you may speak with whomever you wish. Tomorrow, we will take the spoils of our fallen, for which they fought very valiantly, and divide them out amongst each of you. There is a cart with many treasures upon it, of which I care not, but there are items that we may use in our quest to the vanquishment of evil.
I would rule, personally, speaking with dead, particularly using it on evil creatures, is not necessarily an evil act. So I'm not,
I won't have any of
entirely
that,
sure if a
just so you
paladin
know.
would object.
I completely object to that. I thought you were talking about speaking with normal folk.
Oh, no. You kill them, and I can bring them back, and we can ask questions of them. That simple.
yes.
We can cross that bridge when we come to it.
I see nothing in the spell that says it's evil, so.
Very well. I retire.
Yep.
I drink.
All right. So nothing further going on. The evening passes uneventfully. morning comes, what time are you guys leaving when you say the morning? It's getting to be about harvest time, a little later than harvest time. Call it I don't have my Greyhawk calendar in front of me, but it is essentially parallel to now. So the days have not grown shorter yet. So what time do you wish to leave in the morning?
Very early, an hour before the sun rises.
Okay.
Oh, Nim needs to study his spells. He can't leave possibly that early in the morning.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I don't think I'd even
Very
be
well.
awake.
Well, I will be out there preparing the cart for disbursement of goods.
Mm-mm. No.
You arrive as ready and take what you wish.
Mm-mm.
Nim will show up at 7.
That's fine.
No.
I will do my best to be on time and at least be 45 minutes late.
Fashionably late.
Yep.
I show up, not before dawn, but maybe before everyone else. Start moving around, getting ready to fight. Help load the cart. Still drinking.
Friend dwarf, it looks like you've been up all evening.
No, I slept. I just look like that sometimes.
I am familiar with that aspect of dwarfness.
Mm.
These are the goods, the acquired items, and in some cases, the items of our fallen.
Mm.
We must see to it that they are distributed correctly and evenly for the justice and the goodness of all, and for fairness.
Okay.
I see.
I can't believe that scroll of fireball is still kicking. I thought somebody would have scribed that by now. That's amazing.
No one else wants it. Nim will take that dagger of +1, +2 against magic using. Let's make sure no one can use it on him.
One of the thieves should probably take the chime of opening as well, because I mean it's a. If you find like a hard lock or something, you know.
The wand, but yes.
Oh, it's a wand of opening.
Yeah, I think I noted that it works as chime of opening,
chime.
but its form is a
Yes.
wand that you tap on the thing.
Yeah. I guess I'd be taking the. Well, there was I thought we had a cleric scroll at some point.
Neutralize
I
poison,
might
maybe?
be wrong.
Well, I know the cleric, or Duran the Faithful, left with what he had gathered, for the most part.
Yeah. So I'm not getting his armor or his other mace. Looks like. Okay.
Does Don Drexel want either of the rings of spell storing? And just so you know, Nim would like the one with the magic missiles.
Okay, yeah, I'll take whichever.
So you'll take.
You're talking about the spell storing that we weren't able to reuse because nobody had magic missile.
Yeah, so I have magic missile and rope trick, not sleep, but I'll at least be able to reload 2 out of the 3 spells on that ring, and that would mean that I wouldn't have to necessarily. I could learn other spells, so I'll take that one.
Okay.
Let's see. How do we want to do this?
Don't sleep on those bracers.
Yeah,
if
the
anyone
thieves
doesn't have armor.
probably.
Oh,
I mean, you can use them with armor, but if you don't have armor, take those.
Yeah, Nim could really use having that as his base armor class. Quick question for you, Bill.
Yes.
Does Ring of Protection stack with bracers?
That's a fine question. That is always the one that throws me. Let's see.
Yeah, I was just looking at it last night myself for other ones.
I think that is one that stacks. I think that's one that. So for those of you who are curious, let's see, bracers.
Because Ring of Protection specifically says does not stack with magic armor, or does not.
I know that in 2E that they made it stack.
Yeah.
Now
bracers happen to say it can be used with other forms of magical protection. So I think that's why I think that they might overlap. But you're the DM, Bill. You're my DM. I'll leave it to
Okay. So here's the word on bracers of defense. These items appear to be if armor is actually worn, the bracers will not be effective, but they do work in conjunction with other magical items of protection. So
Fantastic.
cloaks and rings, yes.
And shields, I guess, technically.
I mean,
One of yeah. That's a mean.
We always went. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but we always went. You know, you could wear braces of defense with armor. You could wear braces of defense with a ring, but you couldn't use all three. You know.
Mm-hmm. And
yeah,
the ring of protection wouldn't stack with magical shields, would it either? So
no. Well, it would for purposes of saving throws.
Yes, of course.
But not as a purely protective device. No.
So who wants the bracers? Nim will take it, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I don't want to just.
What's the ruling? Can they be used with armor? Because I see there's
they
dwarven
can, but
armor here.
your armor class is way better than that. I mean, your base armor class being what you're wearing plate.
Yeah, no, I'm wearing chain, but I see on the cart that there's plate.
Yeah, chain's still better. 6 isn't going to help a 5.
Oh yeah.
But 6 is better than leather, and then I've got other things which will bring me further down, and then I can not wear my leather armor, so I have less encumbrance.
Yeah,
beautiful.
So, but Don Drexler,
excellent. And it sounds like you can take a ring of protection as well.
No, I have one already, so I can't take another one.
Okay.
Now I have 2 magic rings, and you can only wear 2 magic rings at the same time.
Yeah.
Unless you're a Merilith.
Yes, I'm working on that. I'll level up. I'll take a side level of Merilith on my way up to the. I'm gonna cross off stuff on this list.
Well, I'd like this plate.
Yeah, I like that.
It's a wee bit better than me chain. I could wear this.
Can everyone else edit this sheet, or is it just me?
I can.
I think we all can.
Good.
But I think Mark, you should go ahead and edit if you're here. And
Okay,
we'll fill in if you're not. I mean,
Fine,
if you're cool with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'm going to go ahead and grab that scroll tube of neutralized poison.
Yep.
Since there's 2 rings of protection, I can have one, or are those spoken for?
Well, how about we give those to the people who can't wear armor, and then we'll take some of that money and we'll go get you a suit of plate mail.
There was one on the list.
There's a Droven plate mail on the list, and the ring of protection. Nim already has one, so he can't use another one.
Okay. Well, this fire resistance, that'd be fine.
The ring
that'll help me in the kitchen.
Potion of fires.
The ring?
The ring?
There is a ring.
Yep. Question for the other thief in the party. Boots of Elvenkind?
If they're not going to be used, I don't want to unfairly.
No. Well, one of us will take it. So okay. I've already claimed 3 magic items. So
okay, I'll take those. Plus, you're a 3-way, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have spider climb, and you can't be wearing shoes when you spider climb, and that's my getaway spell. So
who grabbed the ring of shooting stars?
I'd asked in the channel.
Okay.
If that, I thought that would be fine. So
yeah,
so you're taking the boots of Elvenkind. Cross them off. Thrilling video for everyone watching. We're looking at a good
sometimes the A in AD&D stands for accounting.
Yeah.
Yes, we're all looking at a spreadsheet.
Yep.
That's not on the screen.
I think it's awesome to watch people divide out treasure.
The dwarf has the ring of fire resistance.
Yeah.
One of the thieves should probably take the parry apt against poison.
I mean, if I'm going to be the default searcher trap disarmament guy, then I'll take that. If I'm not, then
You-
I'll let
you-
the other thief.
You take that in the wand of opening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wise. Yeah.
Okay, so cross
Question
that
for you,
one off.
DM.
Yes.
No.
If we take that wand of opening and just graze it on a bottle, will it open it and not use a charge?
No, if you touch something with a wand of opening with the intent of opening it, a charge will be used. It doesn't matter if you lightly graze it.
If he wants to open a beer.
That's what I didn't say it. I don't know what's gonna get him demonetized. You can say beer. I
Hopefully
guess.
not that.
I don't know anymore. I YouTube is weird.
All right. Nothing here for me then, except for Ring of Warmth. Maybe. What's it even do?
It keeps you nice and comfortable and warm. You will not have
Yeah.
lessened effects against cold damage and stuff like that.
We don't know the number of charges on the wand of opening, right?
No. Okay. Well, I have, just for the party's edification, I did trade in my starting mace for a couple of potions of cure light wounds. So, if we need them.
Okay.
I suppose that I shall take some of these potions for future quaffing.
Yeah. There's still one ring of protection up for grabs, is that right?
Yeah, I believe so. Because I think Dwarf, sorry, forgot the name. Ralph.
Ralph
took one, so you can take the other one.
Rothrick.
I get, yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to help with my saving throws, but that's it. So, unless
No, I
somebody
didn't
else
get a
needs better
protection.
save.
I just did the fire resistance.
Oh, then
I was taking the protection ring if nobody else
okay,
was.
go for it.
Does anyone use a two-handed sword?
No.
No.
Alright, well, we send Don Drexel to, or either of the thieves to sell that, right?
We should see.
I'll take a potion of fire resistance. And growth, I guess.
Yeah. I guess I'll take the potion of undead control because nobody else is going to want it. To be fair, I can kind of control undead anyway, but
Well, much in the same way that those old push button remote control cars were remote control cars, you can just make them go away from you.
correct. That's what I mean.
Oh, I know. I'm just
Yeah. And a potion of diminution, I can throw that at someone, right?
you would have to somehow get it in their mouth. Like you could throw it in a dragon's mouth. That'd give you, just a standard 2-hit roll on that. But yeah, you can't just splash it on someone and then they shrink.
That could be fun. That could be really fun.
I once saw a plumber rub a mushroom on himself, and he shrank, and then got really big. Or was that the other day? Yeah.
That potion of gaseous form sounds good. Or at least one of them does. That would only be so I could run away. So a thief might want that.
Do remember that you cannot in that effect. you know,
It ends when it
lasts for the
ends.
time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said I would just use it to run away.
Very well.
But I have no strong claim to it. I don't really have a strong want for the Ring of Warmth either, but if nobody else wants it. Do you wear any rings there, Durek?
I do not.
Cold resist might be useful. Just putting it out there.
Does anyone want the Scroll of Fireball and the Wand of Fireballs?
Oh, I'd love them, but
Can we recharge the wand or not?
Yes. One
So-
fireballs can be recharged.
Maybe we should not use that until we fill it with some more fireballs.
Do you
Right.
want to hold
I'll
on
go
to
ahead
it?
and take that ring of warmth.
yeah.
That about puts me at maximum paladinic magic items.
Is it okay if Nim holds on to those 2 items then? The
I have no
fireballs.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Ding
You're
and-
trustworthy, correct?
Sure.
Are you?
Famous last word.
I trust Nim with my life.
Then the answer is no.
I
I
think
trust Nim with your life.
I think I've taken everything off this list I care to take off of it right now.
I did take the potion of diminution. Just
Okay.
not really for any real value, but just it might come in handy one day.
Oh, what does Qual's feather token do? Did we ever know what it did?
Yes, the Qual's
The fan.
feather token.
It's a fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's one I hadn't seen before.
Okay, so the Qual's feather token is the fan, a token which forms a huge flapping fan which can cause a strong breeze in an area large enough to propel one ship. It is not cumulative with wind speeds. If there's already a strong breeze blowing, this cannot be added to it. It can, however, be used against it to create an area of calm. The fan can be used up to 8 hours a day. It will not function on land.
So it's useful.
Hell.
So this is basically the windbag from. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Odyssey.
Yeah.
Let's sell it.
I think there's some stuff here we'll want to attempt to sell / or parlay with Geller to say, here's a bunch of stuff. Train us for free next time or something.
Yeah. Yeah. That or if we could turn any of it into like +1 armor, that would be kind of nice.
Yeah,
but-
yeah, sort of trade-ups.
I'm also, if nobody needs, I'm gonna take one of the 50-foot rope ropes from the set,
Go for
Sounds
it.
good.
as I didn't have one.
I like to take this pole and cut it in half. Take 2 5-foot poles.
Okay.
I question the sanity of that decision, but go off.
Oh my! Well, you see, when you live underground, and then anytime you're in a passageway that you don't really know, it's much safer to take a pole and poke it
But
than have the
why
rocks fall on your
two-
head.
But why 2 5-foot poles?
Well, it's a 10-foot pole. I don't want to waste half of it. Take them both.
You have one 5-foot pole and one backup 5-foot pole. In case
Exactly.
the first one fails.
Yes. You see?
I walk with a 5-foot pole all the time. It's called a white cane.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. That's fine.
Actually, it's about 4 feet.
I'll also, if nobody's using them, I'll take the sling bullets that are remaining.
Mhm.
If nobody uses those.
Well,
Yeah,
I
go
do, but
for
I'm
it.
not going to carry them.
Oh, okay.
I'm watching my weight.
I can
You don't
use
have
a
Marius
thing, but I
strength,
have
do
to
you?
mop it.
6 or something?
No, I actually have a 16 strength, but the spell books that I have to carry are heavy.
Oh, okay.
200 GP encumbrance each, and Bill says I've got 2 of them. That's why
Um,
they're like bulging out of my backpack. It's
I-
too damn big.
Do have a note here on my sheet about 10 pieces of matched jet that Darren had, 8 sets of bracelets, and a scroll, an unidentified cleric scroll. Did you guys ever deal with that?
He took the unidentified cleric scroll, but
think it was
it was unfortunately resurrection.
Yeah, it was like resurrection or something.
Oh my god, you let
Yeah.
me take it? Okay.
We didn't know at the time.
That
And
doesn't
he fought
matter.
valiantly.
Yeah.
That is what matters.
Okay.
The ring of warmth has been taken, right?
And I'll pick up these holy water and
Yes.
smell it and go, oh, wait a minute. This is for you, Derek. Don't you want these?
What are they?
It's holy water. You can smell it.
Oh,
That's good holy water.
well, now you have opened it, and it has been cursed water.
No, I smell it right through the cork. I don't need to open it.
Yeah.
Keep
I
them
know
yourself.
what it smells like.
Friend, you may need them. Perhaps you shall drink them. It would make you
I
better.
did that once, and then Moradin was taking me up all night long talking about this and that and blah, blah, blah. I gotta go on a
I'm
quest.
certain this is what happens when one follows false gods. May we leave?
Them's fighting words.
Yeah, well, hopefully they'll get a bag of holding one day, Rory.
Yeah.
A bag of holding one's mouth shut. That's what.
Yeah, since we lost Grimsby, we don't have a bag of holding anymore.
Yeah.
Correct.
Halfling of holding.
Correct.
Let me just hold on to that for you.
Yeah.
Tune in next time when you'll hear the thief say, "Hey, big man, let me hold $1."
Are we off then?
And
Aye.
10 internet points to anyone who can
Sure.
identify the provenance of that out there in the audience. But all right, so have you guys divided out your gear?
Indeed, we have.
Those
Yeah.
that we're not
Mhm.
going to attempt to sail for better purpose.
Yeah, there's still some stuff that we're going to want to try to liquidate, but we can get on with the adventure for now, I guess.
That's right. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So, you are moving to the location where you last saw the ogres. Is that my understanding?
Yes, to the west, sir.
All right. So you're still in relatively patrolled country, moving over open land as you go there. And I should have done those one at a time, but I don't think any of those. Let's see. And last but not least. All right, your journey to where you had last seen the ogres is relatively uneventful. You cross through the sandy bluffs along the coast and find yourselves in the low headland once again. The journey takes the better part of a day into the evening and then the dawn after you rest for a bit. And hey, great old ones, got it. John Boy and Billy Big Show. Hey, big man, let me hold $1. But you've located what you think is the ogre's lair just across yonder dunes. Thin stream of greasy smoke rises up through the air. You don't hear anything, and you notice this perhaps since you're arriving there almost exactly a day later. You're fairly close to it when the dawn starts to break and you see the smoke. So you're maybe 400 yards away, but you're on the you're in full defilade. You have cover from it. So
Scouts, you know what to do.
I'll see if I can find at least, if not concealed, at least obstructed path to go around and see if I can see who's in there. Or what's in there, I guess. It may not be a who.
okay. So you wend your way through the dunes until finally you come to see it. There is a circular palisade, maybe a couple 100 feet in diameter. There's a crude gate. There's no one outside of it at the moment. And your character does not speak Ogreish, do you?
I speak Orcish. I do not speak Ogreish. That was Marius, unfortunately.
You do not hear any Ogreish voices. Or rather, you do not understand the Ogreish voices. You don't hear any Orc voices as you observe the place. How long do you want to stay put and watch?
So how late in the day is it?
It's near dawn. It's near dawn.
Okay, so it's really early. I'd say I'd stick around for 30 minutes, and then if there's no activity, then I'll go back. If there's activity, I may stay longer if I can observe.
Okay. Towards the end of your watch, the crude but sturdy-looking gate in the front swings open, and 3 male ogres step out. One of them says something in their foul language and points to either side of the gate and goes back inside and uses the gate shut. They make obscene gestures at his back after the gate is being closed, and then lean against the 2 large logs that make up the gateway.
Okay, I'll just use my fist to kind of estimate how long it's been, what time of day it is, just in case this is something that's let's call it regular. And then I'll attempt to sneak my way back to the group.
Okay. Let's see. I forget. Do you have thief abilities?
Yes, I do.
All right.
And you also have boots of elven kind, so you're actually quite quiet.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, with your boots of elven kind, even crunching through the sand, it makes no noises. You walk without rhythm and don't attract the worms, and eventually find your way back to the camp.
Okay. I'll let them know that there's at least 3 ogres, 2 that I guess their duty is to guard the gate, and 1 that apparently is in charge. They seem to not be friendly to each other, at least as far as I can tell. But that happened just about 30 minutes after I set up my post.
Nor are they friendly to us, indeed. Or we them. Perhaps we should stake out the spot and watch for the entire day.
Good idea.
I do not know. All I know is that with guards out there, we will not approach. Not successfully, at least.
Okay, yeah, let's head out there then.
Scout
I got
about
a
camping.
path I've followed, but we need to be quiet. I don't know how acute their hearing is. They didn't hear me, but I'm a little sneaky. So
You're as silent as the wind.
silent but deadly.
Want to answer a quick question we had, and I think this is a little translation hiccup from Twitter. JFTL81 asked, best way to find a D&D group. If you're looking strictly online, I would recommend poking around. Roll20 has a rather large LFG section, looking for gamers for all sorts of games, every edition you're looking for. If you're looking strictly for classic old school stuff, you might ask around. Oh, there's some pretty good discords out there. So anyway, you all, how close to the place are you going to lead them? Let me ask you that.
I want to be able to see them, but I don't care to see like their attributes. So we're talking a way out. We're maybe where an ogre is the size of my thumb.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Got a little vault boy going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I'll point them out if they didn't see it. I'm sure they could see it. They're pretty large.
This was on a beach, right?
This is in some sandy bluffs, some dunes.
Sandy bluffs and dunes, right?
Yeah.
So no trees or anything that we could try to see over the walls or nothing.
No, nothing like that.
No cover. All right.
You don't know if others have left while you were going and getting your group. This pair does not. They don't seem to notice you, but you don't know if others have left since then. But it still seems to be, well, a couple of ogres standing out. One like literally is scratching the inside of his nose with the point of a large sharp stick, and it takes it out, examines it, goes back to digging. They just seem to have a kind of a lackadaisical attitude, like nothing is going to happen here.
And they're probably correct until they decide to go to sleep.
Holder, you wanted to talk to them. Do you want to go up and talk to them now? Is now a good time?
No.
Do you want me to, how do I put this? Indulge that statement with a comment, or do you want me just to throw you in front of the ogres? Which do you want?
Well, you said you wanted to talk to them, so I was thinking that maybe now
I
is
want
your turn to go talk to them.
Well, okay, I'll put it this way. Well, you see, I want to talk to them in a nice, safe environment, maybe over tea, discuss the philosophy of Karl Marx, and,
I understand better now. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I will tell you this. It doesn't sound like you will be throwing anything anywhere.
All right. So as the sun climbs in the sky, you start to see more activity. You see first you see an ogre come out. If it's as far away as you see, you can't quite tell, but one of the ogres paws at the ogre that comes out, might presumably be a female. You're not 100% sure. The one that has come out is carrying a large half barrel as pale, and she threatens to sling it on him, and he kind of she takes that some distance from the palisade, digs a hole in the sand, and dumps its contents, and turns around and moseys back through the gate. The brief moment that the gate is open, you can see a couple of other forms in there, but you can't really tell beyond just that brief glimpse. A bit longer goes by, the sun comes up a little bit more, the gate opens again, and then you see 4 ogre figures depart, and they head further to the west. 2 of them are carrying spears, and the other 2 are carrying empty sacks.
Well, let's make a note of that, because if we want to distract them, if we light that on fire, that'll be a good distraction. And I'm pointing at where she dumped all the waste.
Besides, Nim, I think I can speak to them fine once they are dead.
Oh, okay.
Didn't we do that
so-
at the inn?
So there's like 4, 6, maybe 8 of them in there, I think. That's a lot.
And that's assuming that it's just ogres. It may not just be ogres.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But statistically, I think there's at least 8 in there. That seems like a lot.
It's definitely a lot.
Not to get too violent, sorry, Older, but what if we just lit the place on fire with a fireball?
Yeah. Good idea.
Is it wood?
Yes, it all appears to be it all, yeah, nerd, sorry, I was reading, wood, some stone piled up to base it, but yeah, it all appears to be just driftwood.
Are we here merely to kill them, or was there some other goal? I know that we're here to kill them, but was there also another goal?
Oh, we have
Anybody
it
need
upon them
saving?
on our journey back.
So we don't know what's in there. There's not like something
We have
in there
no
we need.
idea.
Okay.
There
It
could
does
be
not
prisoners.
seem that the local constabulary does want to parlay with these fine individuals. No.
Well, you can parlay with them, and you may be destroyed as well.
Aye, but there might be innocents inside. They may have slaves.
Innocent what?
Innocents.
Ogres?
Innocents.
People.
No, they may
Innocent
have
who?
slaves inside. We don't know.
Oh, well, they very well could, but they should at least have the good sense to take them where the rest of the slaves were. However, you make a very good point, friend dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
I had understood that ogres are quite lazy, and they would have those slaves being used to dump their refuse. But killing somebody that doesn't really have anything to do with this would be very bad news.
Of course, if we killed somebody, yes. Something is a different matter, but... Well, I do not know. I seek wiser counsel.
Is there... So we know that there's a gate, right?
Yeah.
Does it look like there's any other openings on the building? If I have to go a little left and right to see, I'd like to look.
No, you don't see any noticeable gaps or anything else that looks like it opens.
Perhaps we should let this alone and let the militia take care of it in due time.
So we know that there's a number of ogres that we've seen outside.
Yes.
Maybe when we have a gathering of that size or larger, this would be a good time for fireball.
Now, I might recommend a slightly less abrupt solution for the stealthily inclined, let's say. I could render you completely silent and you slip in.
Through that gate?
Over the gate, over the wall.
How tall is the building? Bill, do we know?
The palisade wall, it varies, but it's about 10 feet tall, roughly.
Oh,
They
really?
seem to have tried to keep it somewhat uniform, yeah.
Okay, and it is the kind of material it's made out of? I'm assuming it's mostly wood, so it's
It's all wood.
very climbable.
Yeah.
Yeah. If nothing else, perhaps under cover of night, I can go and look and see if I can see in. Assuming that it isn't just a solid building of some kind. I mean, it doesn't look to be, but
Yeah.
that might work if
Yeah.
you guys are willing to wait. I'm definitely not doing that during the day.
Well, I don't think we're on really a time crunch here, so sure.
Indeed.
So at nightfall, I will sneak off and maybe on the left side here, try to climb in and look in.
Well,
Okay.
you're already in Boots of Elvenkind, aren't you?
Yes.
Then you don't even
So
need
it's
my silence
95%
spell.
quiet, even the worst case, right?
Yeah,
So-
you don't
Not
even need
90.
my silence spell then. You're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll just suggest we wait. I guess we don't want to be building a fire or anything.
Yeah.
All right, so your wait is uneventful. The day passes. Night comes, a little bit of fog in off the sea, and you head back there, Don Drexel. You can see now that, like, approaching it, you can smell, hear, and to a degree see. They have a rather merry bonfire going in the middle. There are loud hoots and hollers. You smell, I don't really want to say cooking, but burning meat. There's quite the gathering going on in. So you are approaching the palisade.
And I'll come up on the left side like I told them, just in
Okay.
case something goes very awry.
All right. You're at the palisade.
So is it so tight I can't see between?
Yeah, you kind of get a narrow view. Your night vision is ruined because looking through the chink you can see
fire.
you can see the fire. There's like a cross beam, A-frame cross beam that's got some animal carcasses and a couple of people carcasses hanging from it.
Like demi-humans and humans?
The elves are humans, just a couple.
Ugh.
There's at this close enough you can see that there are 6 female ogres. A couple are sitting on the ground shouting at 3 ogre children, and there are 7 ogre males laughing and carousing. A couple are faux wrestling. The amount of hurt they're putting on each other would kill a commoner. There's a barrel on its side, and occasionally one steps over there, pours some of its contents into a small bucket and drinks from it, and then passes around. They're eating and so on and etc. Basically, just having a night together. You see a couple of large hutments with open sides on all 4 sides, but they have logs piled up that have pointed ends cut to them. So it looks like they may be getting ready to make those a little bit more permanent.
Do I see any cages or any enclosures?
No cages, no pits.
No enclosures, no buildings that have walls at this point.
No.
Okay. That's
How many male ogres were there again?
there are 7. So there's
7?
13 adults and 3 children.
Yep.
And then maybe some undead on the burning pyre. I'm not sure. Probably not, I guess. But yeah, this is quite unhappy. I'm gonna skirt around to the backside
Okay.
and see if there's any palisade challenges there, right? Where maybe they're made less functional, or
No. I mean, it seems to be all the same stout construction. But like there's not a tower or a rampart or anything like that.
Do I see a well or anything like that in there as well?
You didn't, no.
Okay. There's really no reason for me to go in there, so I am going to attempt to sneak back to the group and report my findings.
Yes, you are silent as the very darkness itself, and creep back to your friends. And is there anything you wish to leave out?
No, I'll make sure they know that they've taken and they're in the process of eating what we consider friendlies.
Well, you didn't see. You didn't see them eating that particular bit, but yes.
Yeah, they're cooking it, so I assume they're going to be eating it. I mean, it could be just for fun, I guess, but yeah. I'll tell them
Foul
that.
ogres will do both.
The bad news is it looks like they're building some additional structures, and they have them partially erected. I don't know what that's for, but they have the poles up, and they have cut the timbers, but they haven't really built them yet.
We know precisely what it's for. As everything must have a conclusion, so must this. Are you ready to die valiantly with me, or are you ready to perish in courage or cowardice?
I am ready to valiantly kill
I think
them.
there might be a third option.
Yeah, I think either way, that's a very pessimistic view.
We care not what you think.
I care not what you
Light.
think, Sir Bonehead.
Indeed you don't, but Geller made you my henchman, so therefore you must.
Oh, henchman am I?
I'm thinking through the odds here. There's 13. Durik and Ralph, I don't think you can take 13 ogres by yourself, right?
No, but we have 5 here.
Yeah.
Oh, have 5, do you?
So I think 13 ogres between the two of you might be a bit much.
Come on, we can take them.
Why is it the 2 of us? There are 5 people, 4 of which stand before me, and 4 of which may, in fact, I dare say, be cowards.
And I am not.
I think more student is my choice of term, not coward.
Very well, then what are you a student of? Making talk.
Everything.
Well, then show me what you have learned.
Nim,
I
I'm with you
can't.
on this one.
But so if we want, maybe we could cause a ruckus inside and drive them out. We could pick off a few
Indeed.
as they come out, because we saw a hunting party go by. We could
Pick
attack
them off with what?
I mean, sorry. Let me use different words. I mean, if someone come out and we were to kill them, then there's less inside. It's less of a force to deal with. Or
And how do you propose that we kill them when they come out? I kill with my sword.
Isn't that what you do?
And my mace.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it would be done.
But I must get close.
And you will,
That's
because they're going to
fine.
leave.
Yes.
But the other
And I
choice,
shall attack them from behind.
if you must, yeah, it's a useful way to do it, in my opinion. But
Maybe
the other-
useful, but not honorable.
The other thought is perhaps Don Drexel or I use one of the magic items we've gotten to, explode.
Didn't you say
Like I
something
said.
about fireballs?
Yeah.
Indeed. Show
All
me
right.
what you're made of.
So we will
And I am ready with my sword.
light
The dwarf is ready.
Well,
light it on fire,
Are you not
and
ready?
then
Drink
as
another.
they come.
Nim, I'm with you on the hit and run tactics here. I think we can save the fireball for an emergency.
Well, Holder, the two burly men there are planning on making an emergency out of this. So I think it might be an emergency situation.
I mean,
Or we leave it. We can leave it as well.
I
But if
thought
we're
our
going
mission was
in,
to
there
deal
must
with
be a
them.
fair tactical plan.
they do seem to be bullying us into a frontal assault, Nim. I do agree.
No. You light it on fire. You use your fireball, and as they are running out, they will not see Durik and I, and we shall pop up and cleave them
I'm
from
going
the
to
bottom.
I'm going to use plain English, dwarf. He only has one fireball.
Well,
Yes,
no.
we have a fireball, but we also have this ring that I got out of the
The thrift
the-
store,
the
which is our
cart.
cart.
Yeah.
That's fair.
that might have some additional functions that we could perform. So
I agree with the dwarf.
The question is, do we do a front assault and try to take them all when we have those abilities at once, or do we split it and perhaps for the second half do not have those capabilities?
You are the tactician in this case. I'm the tactician of an area. I will fight on my feet in the battle once the forces have been cleared.
You do what you must to drive them to us, and we will do the cleaving.
Stick with me, dwarf.
Would your meteors in this instance, because if they range far afield, this is, I guess, me asking out of question here, because they're inside, they're indoors even at night when you could use it. I mean, one of us could, in theory, draw them out, right? Draw some of them out for you to meteor, but I still don't think it's a great idea. I'm still with Nim on this as far as hit and run, because if we can at least take a few at a time.
Yeah. The one wrinkle with using fireball, not speaking as Nim, but speaking as looking at the spell, is that it casts the beam of or ball or whatever it is straight forward from you. So I'd want the door to be open and fireball inside the place. Then boom.
Yeah.
Or
Light the
climb
palisade on
the wall,
fire.
or climb the wall and
Mhm.
cast the fireball inside. But casting it at the wall is kind of a waste of it. Yes, it'll catch the wall on fire, but so what?
Yeah, it's a waste.
And they have no wall.
It's a waste of a high level spell. Don't
Yeah.
be stupid.
So it's
Stupid.
is it tactically if we could cast the fireball into their midst, that would be the most useful. The
And
same
I
with
think
the shooting
fireball-
stars. The shooting stars may be the same. I'm not sure if you can.
It's
cast
not
it
as
over
much
the wall.
damage. It's
Yeah.
not as much damage.
So if
as
we wait till the next time they open up the doors and then fireball inside of it.
In the morning, as I have said.
I'm sorry. There was some question about the shooting stars. They impact for 12 points of damage and burst as a fireball in a 1-inch diameter sphere for 24 points.
Right.
Any creature struck will take full damage from impact plus full damage from the shooting star burst. Creatures within the burst radius must save versus magic to take only 1/2 damage, i.e. 12 hit points of damage. Otherwise, they too take the full 24 points. So somebody's going to eat 36 and everybody else is going to take 12 or 24
Mhm.
just in case.
Yeah,
In
exactly.
other words, you guys can light the place up.
I believe so.
The-
The real challenge is, that shooting star is shorter in a radius. It's not as big of a area as fireball.
But
Right.
That's okay.
Yeah. And the range of fireball, how close do we have to be to do this fireball? Oh boy.
Well, Also,
I don't remember.
and
I'm looking it
it's
up.
long in yards.
and if
Yeah.
I'm correct in this though, with the
180
range of
yards
shooting
or something
stars,
like that.
you just have to be outside. You can conjure the missiles inside, as long as you are outside. That's the wording of the ring.
Yeah, but there's no inside here.
Well,
That it's just a palisade. There's no buildings,
okay,
so it won't matter.
okay.
The range on fireball is 10 plus 1 inch.
Yes, out of doors, that's 100 yards plus 10 yards per level.
And I think scrolls maybe sixth-ish level or something.
They
Yes.
are
So
six.
that is a
So-
good distance away.
Yeah.
That's 160 yards.
Yeah.
The wand of fireballs, which you guys also have one of with some charges on it still. Let's see. The wand of fireballs. Hang on a second. Where's it? Basically, yeah, it's the same range because it's as if a 6th level magic user is casting it. So the wand of fireballs is also 160 yards.
Yeah, and I think for the ring, it's 70 yards.
Yes.
So,
out of doors, 70
yes.
yards.
And can you use the ring to cast fireballs over the wall, or do you again have to be like in a direct line with them?
It's a meteor, so yeah. I mean,
yeah,
it comes out of the sky, right?
Yeah, it's basically you're causing meteors to fall down from the
So
sky.
you call the ion cannon down.
That's
on
right.
their campsite.
Yeah.
Basically.
Exactly.
I think you should
Orbital
call the ion
strike.
cannon the orbital strike on their campsite.
It's funny when you activate that function. This thin, almost invisible red ray strikes the target.
So it seems like that might be a good use of using the shooting stars first.
Yeah.
And then if the doors open, fireball, and then our brave men can follow up with in their idiom.
Yep.
No, we run down the plane. Exactly.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
what Galar hired you for.
Yeah.
It is fine that you are thinking for yourselves for once.
So, Don Drexler, that means it is your first. Your thing to do first is to get close. Call down,
Which we've shown isn't too difficult. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And can dumb question? Can Nim read a scroll in the dark? He can't use his infravision to read, but can you read a scroll in the dark, or does he? Is it moonlight night enough?
Yeah, the moonlight right now.
Are there moon letters there?
I just didn't want to be like walking down towards the palisade, going, "Hold, yeah, I have to hold a lantern up to read this thing." Don't mind me, guys. Flashlight.
Well, you're going to have a brief flare of light. I guess it depends
that's
on
true.
how fast you can read.
So if we sort of move into position, meteor strike. If the doors open, fireball, and then we pile in, as is our idiom.
So let me ask you. And I don't have a lot of experience with your swishy, whatever you're going to do to burn up these ogres. But if Durik and I say we taunt them out and then they come out, would that be better for you to be able to do your stuff?
But I do not taunt.
I wouldn't feel it'd be better because they'll be less contained.
Yeah.
If you get my meaning.
We want them concentrated around the campfire. If they're all concentrated around the campfire, doing their ogre games, then we can
affect
area
more.
of effect is better. If 4 of them come out to investigate, then we've got 9 back there and 4 here. We can't affect them all at the same time.
Okay, so we need Uhura to go up on the sand dune and do her dance, and then they'll all be distracted. And
if they all come up, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So, meteor swarm.
Well,
I think the best bet is followed up by fireball.
We have 3 meteors, 1 fireball. So,
Make it so.
All right.
And dwarf, you charge down the plane with me.
Yes.
Don't charge until the fires start, please.
It will take us a long time to get there, to be sure.
Well, of course we want to wait till they're on fire. It'll make them easier to see.
Is everyone going into position?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Drexel's going to go to the left side like he did before.
Okay, and you're observing them through the chink.
Yes. Right.
And Nim will get as close as he needs to, so maybe 100 feet from the palisade, so that he can cast into it if the door's open. And he's trying to hide as best he can and has the scroll out.
All right. So, Don Drexel, as you are watching them through the chink and bringing the ring up, and the strange ray of crimson light zinging through and striking one of the ogres, they all kind of look up.
I'm going to cast Bless.
Like
So is it
turkeys in the
Inconel or
rain.
is it tungsten? I'm not sure.
It is tungsten with sintered
Depleted uranium. Yeah.
it's tungsten with sintered titanium driving bands.
Okay.
I'm more imagining the scene from Akira where the satellite opens. And
Yeah,
boom.
the satellite orbital laser, the soul. All right. So, impact for 12 points of damage and burst as a fireball. Any creature struck will take full damage. One of the ogres ceases to exist as if he had never existed before, and everybody else needs to make a saving throw. So I have 12 ogres, ogre all, to save.
I am doing 3 meteors. I'm doing them all,
So
even though I only could do that once a week. Right?
Well,
Because
I
you
mean,
could do
yeah.
3 over a week's period.
I'm not going to bother then. They
Okay.
are all reduced to ash.
See? Easy.
There
no
is
fireball needed.
a thunder. You are blown backwards away from the palisade. Logs are literally blown, spinning end over end. Your ears are ringing. The ogres are no more.
That was
Yeah, let the bodies hit the floor.
a little bit louder and bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Well, it's going to take the bodies about 4 segments to hit the floor, given how far
Yeah, they
they
go up.
were launched.
And then they come back down.
Yeah, it's just a slight warm rain.
Yeah. Three of those that
That was
24.
ogre kill. The chat says that's ogre kill.
Yeah,
Was it though? I don't think it was that far.
that was
Even-
much better than
I'm
charging.
ready to
them.
swing a sword.
Even if any of these things had made a save for half, it wouldn't have mattered. It literally would not have mattered with the overlapping damage that you just did. All of the ogres are dead.
I
They're-
think in the
they're-
future, we have to be less efficient so that Derek can still hit things with swords.
Well,
They're-
that's
So the 2 magic users here who are powerful artillerists, we can kill anything. We're just going to have to hold back because Derek doesn't want to be left out of the fight. So next time,
Yeah.
Derek, make sure you take
This
care of
was-
it all and we'll show up later.
yeah. The problem
This
is
is what I was
once
asking
a
for
week.
the entire time.
Not what
Why
I
has
heard.
it taken 2 hours?
Not what I heard.
Galar promised me competent adventure and companions.
One, two, three. Okay. Um,
Ugh. Well, maybe that hunting party will come back, and then we'll get a piece of him, Derek.
Well, there's plenty of peace where we are going, my friend.
oh, you can have a piece of them if you want. There's a piece over here, a piece over there, a piece over yonder.
Probably also quite baked.
They might actually have treasure if it hasn't been reduced to molten slag.
Mm. It's not the first time that this party, in some fashion, has used fire to liberate treasure from monsters and have to deal with piles of slag.
Yeah, yeah. I still stand by burning that ghost house down.
Yeah,
It's been years, and I still remember that.
yeah. So, some adventure party will go back and find out if that thing has regrown.
Oh,
I
it
believe
has-
that is
I'm
about
sure it has.
1,300 miles away
Yeah,
to the
yeah, we'll get-
northeast.
We'll get there next.
Yep, I'm sure it has.
We can get moving.
So,
We'll make it.
are
We'll
the
get there.
doors open yet?
What doors?
Good. Hole doors. That's what.
There's splinters. It is like a cartoon. The palisade wall is just flattened in every direction. Let's see.
However, someone may have noticed that.
Right. Yeah. I think this might be a very obvious thing that's happened.
Yep.
And perhaps we should either back off and watch for arrivals, or go elsewhere. Being that our job is done.
We
Let's
should
see
check
if-
to see if they have any treasure, though.
Yeah, let's check to see if they have any treasure first. I mean, if anybody jumps us, that's what the fighters are for.
Mm.
And this is in that percent and layer set, so right?
Percent
Yes.
in liar.
Yeah, percent liar.
1% liar. Yes. Okay. So sifting through the ashes, you find the charred remains of a bag with some small gems in it. The gems themselves are intact. There is a nice piece of amber, which is amazing. It survived. Just kind of just not very well cut obsidian, a medium rock crystal, a small star rose quartz, a large piece of obsidian, and a very large azurite. So you've got some.
Will that
You've
all
got
fit into a small sack?
yes.
Mhm.
I mean the whole thing, like it would fit into your hands cupped. Also, under one of the lean-tos that they were apparently looking to make something more permanent, you find a wooden box. There are 5 intact crystal vials and 1 smashed one. In there.
Wasn't it Meatloaf who said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, so 5 out of 6 is great.
5 out of 6 is great.
Mhm.
Otherwise, unless anyone is interested in more grisly trophies, there's nothing else here.
I'm just going to do a detect magic and just do a general sweep of the area in case there's nothing obvious.
The only thing you pick up are all 5 vials.
Yeah. I figured. Can I get an idea of them from the magical auras or no?
No.
Okay.
They're just nice crystalline vials.
I get a few grisly trophies.
Okay.
I can start, if the party wants, I can start sampling them. Or Thief, you're the one with the headband of proof against poison. You want to?
Yeah, that's
we have a dwarf.
you do. Have
The
a dwarf
last
as well.
time I was a dwarf that had to make a save against poison, I died. So
Yeah.
give it to the guy that's immune.
Well, immune from poison.
Exactly.
All right.
So are we using the miscibility rules here, or is just a taste not enough to trigger those?
A taste is not missability.
Okay, good. Thank God.
Missability is 2 full potions in your stomach.
Okay.
How many potions do you have to sample for it to count as 2 full potions?
A few drops on the tongue does not constitute missability. It does constitute enough to tell.
All right. So I will start sampling them. Although maybe we should sample them elsewhere. Again, I'm concerned that that was really, really visible.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's take
That's
the
fair.
stuff and exit.
Yeah.
Run with the box.
All right. So gathering those items up and heading back. I guess you're going back to where you were camped.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, not where we were spotting, but camped. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, I'm sorry. Jimmy Invictus asking about Cerberus. Every alt comics fanboy in the 80s was a Cerberus fan. Sorry, I just wanted to interject that. Okay, so you guys head back to your camp, and all right, you start sampling potions. You have a couple of extra healing,
Nice.
sweet water,
In case we have poison.
yes, clairaudience,
Okay.
and invulnerability. You have a potion of invulnerability.
I'd love to take those, but I literally can't carry anything else.
So the potion of invulnerability, for those who are curious, the word invulnerability is in the Dungeon Master's Guide many times. All right, so the potion of invulnerability confers immunity to non-magical weapons and attacks from creatures with no magical properties. See creatures struck only by magical weapons or with fewer than 4 hit dice. Thus, an 8th level character without a magical weapon could not harm an imbiber of an invulnerability potion. It further improves the armor class rating by 2 classes and gives a bonus of +2 to hit. Gives a bonus of +2 to the individual on his or her saving throw versus all forms of attack. Its effects are only realized when the entire potion is consumed, and they last for 5 to 20 rounds. Only fighters can use this potion, or some like fighter magic user thief, fighter magic user, fighter cleric, and variations thereof, paladins and rangers also. And the others should be self-evident, but if you'd like to know about clairaudience, I can tell you about that one.
Sure. What's the range?
Clairaudience, it is as the 3rd level magic user spell of the same name. It can be used, however, to clairaudit unknown areas within 3 inches. Its effects last for 2 turns only. So basically, you get the power of clairaudience, but you can use it on unknown areas within 30 feet of you for 2 turns, which is 10 minutes or 20 rounds. Or 120. Wait. 120 segments. And someone's cat is getting near the mic.
That's mine. He thinks he didn't get fed, but he's wrong.
You can probably see the middle of his bowl or something.
Yeah.
There's no food now. It's empty.
He's saying it's raw. That's what he's doing.
And Sweetwater. Sweetwater. Let's see. It's not just a town in Florida. Sweetwater. It's not actually a potion to be drunk, but if you drink it, it will taste good. It's to be added to other liquids in order to change them to pure drinkable water. It will neutralize poison and ruin magic potions. No saving throw. The contents of the container will change up to 100,000 cubic feet of polluted or salt or alkaline water to fresh water. It will turn up to 1,000 cubic feet of acid into pure water. The effects of the potion are permanent, but subject to later contamination or infusion after an initial period of 5 to 20 rounds. So that's what Sweetwater does for you.
That's very useful, but we don't need it right now.
Once we sell it, we'll need it.
That's 100% true.
Yeah.
But the extra healing potions, useful for the fighters or cleric to hold on to. Invulnerability, one of the 2 main fighters should use it, I think. Clairaudience could be useful for the 2 thieves for reconnaissance.
I agree.
I am capable of channeling the divine to heal my wounds. So therefore, someone should take the potions clearly destined for another.
Okay.
I literally can't. I can't take them. I'm at capacity. I literally can't. I can carry about 12 coins, and that's it.
Yeah, but that's probably less weight than a potion.
No, it's not. Potions are 25 apiece.
25 apiece.
Yeah.
It's what's killing me
I'll
currently.
Okay.
I'll carry it for
And
you.
this invulnerability
if you need
you speak of, perhaps should go to our friend Dwarf. I have the invulnerability promise of my god. I need not such trinkets.
I'll hold on to it, and I'll hold on to whatever and carry it for you. And if whoever needs it,
Okay.
you can pour it down your gullet.
So you got 2 extra healings and invulnerability.
Yep.
Don
I'll be the bartender.
Drexler.
I'll take the potion of clairaudience, and if you need it, I'll hand it over.
Yeah. If literally our cleric cannot hold another bottle, then I will take the potion of sweet water. Although, what to do with it? Maybe drop it in the ocean and kill off a bunch of fish to make lunch? I'm not sure.
Yeah. I welcome to
Purify
playing
a whole bunch of
with-
seawater and And just catch all those fish? Okay.
Yeah. Welcome to playing a cleric with a strength of 9. It's fun.
Potion of Sweetwater. I've got it on my list now.
Potion of invulnerability and potion, was it healing or extra healing?
2
Extra healing.
Two
extra
extra
Extra healing. Thank you.
But the good news is you're going to get the XP for this.
That is
Yeah,
correct.
use it. I'm
And
a
we should-
scrub,
we should
man.
go
If
back-
those ogres weren't toast, to be like, okay.
Yeah.
We should go back
Hey,
to
you're,
town.
you're,
Cash in
you're
those
multiple
gems.
levels above your last character.
That's true.
Oh, you're lucky.
All right.
At least one.
Yeah. I'm one
Okay.
level above my last one.
So, who is taking a potion of extra healing?
I got it.
Ralph has both.
You have both. Okay.
Yeah.
That is 800 XP. Who's taking the potion of invulnerability?
Ralph.
Yeah, I got it.
That's another 350 XP. So that's 1150. Who's taking the potion of Sweetwater?
I am.
That is 200 XP. And the potion of Clairaudience.
Stun Drexels for now.
That is 250 XP.
All right.
Excellent.
This does not include the treasure of the gems themselves, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We divide that by 5. The total XP given for the ogres is 466. 466
Okey-dokey.
each.
Fantastic.
Again, not counting the value of the gemstones. You guys will have to have those appraised, trade them into ready coin,
Yeah.
or at the very least have them appraised.
Well, let's go back to town because I am getting close to ready to level up my fighter.
Really? That's awesome.
I started with only 1,000 left to go on fighter.
Awesome.
So you meant 466 each for each of us, or for each ogre?
For each character.
For each character.
Oh man. Oh,
That'd be
Yeah,
a
sorry,
lot.
no.
It was really- wow.
Yeah. You got magic item XP though, so
A
Oh,
lot of
that's-
it too.
Oh, that's right. That's right. From the
and remember your bonuses apply. So if you have a stat above 16 or a 16 or higher, that's like your main stat, so your strength, you get a 10% increase.
Oh, I am not going to be that close to leveling because I have to divide this XP by 3.
By
Yep.
3. Yeah.
Ugh.
yeah, that's true. Multi-classing.
Oh,
Wow.
I got 666 XP. I like that.
Yeah.
There is a Mr. Iron Maiden calling for you on line 1. Mark Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden.
All right. Well, your journey back to Bardicus is uneventful. Congratulations. You made it through the judicious application of multi-overlapping tactical nuclear weapons. You guys survived the encounter. The gemstones. So the large amber is worth 500 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
The medium and don't worry about totaling these up. I'll give you the total at the end. The medium obsidian, it's got like a vein of sandstone growing through it. It's not very valuable. That's worth 6 gold pieces. The rock crystal is only worth 50. The small star rose quartz is only worth 20. The huge obsidian is worth 110. And the very large azurite is worth 100. So that comes in at 786. 786 gold.
And there's 5 of us.
And there's
Yeah.
5 of you, yes.
I'd like the 500 gold piece gemstone simply just for XP reasons, but
Well, I'm trying to figure out what our each person might get.
Yeah.
157.
150?
Left.
57? I can't.
157.
Yeah, you're right.
And
Right. I can't.
1
count.
gold left.
So if we cash that in and split it up, each one of us gets basically 157 gold.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Can we do that, Bill? Cash the gems in and
To a lapidary, I mean, you're gonna lose a certain percentage.
actually, gang, fellows, what we should do is knowing that each one of us gets this share, just put it on the cart and take the coin off the cart. Our cart has a mound of coins on it.
Yeah, it does.
So each one of us should get 157 gold. So take
Okay.
157 gold off the cart in some fashion. Done.
Okay.
That works. I have an empty tankard right here. Ah,
Just update we'll figure out how to update the sheet to make sure it stays up to date.
All right. And I do have the notes here, guys. So if you have a question, you can ask me. I do want to answer a question that popped up. Why would they automatically know? They sampled the potions, and sampling the potions is a perfectly fine way to tell what a potion does. And as far as the gemstones, they have a couple of people with thiefly skills in the party. So assessing the value of gems is in their skill tree, if you will. So congratulations on dealing with the ogres. And at the city of Barnacus, planning your next sally against the slavers is where we will leave it for the evening. I'd like to thank all of my players for being very patient and coming back after such a long delay. Last week was a little, it was what it was, and I apologize for that. Good to see you back again, D and Disability. Thank you for sticking it out with us. And Graph Paper, love the hat. But as for the rest of you fine folks, we will be back tomorrow night. Hopefully Kyle will be here. I do want to apologize again to Blues Travelers. Sorry, we just ran out of time for you guys tonight. Maybe next time. But until then, guys, look, whether it's ogres you're dropping meteors on, or whether you're walking through the woods and you happen to trip over them, everybody please keep your eyes peeled for the dreaded owl bears. Peace. Love you all. Good night. I'm off to try and fix the editing PC.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.